All
Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Walk the Dogcast with your co-host, the one and only truly legendary Matthew Mullins, and bonus guest, Toilet Circle.
right.
What's up?
Oh,
Almost spilled my coffee.
why?
That would, that'd be
Because Phil's
tragic.
here.
So, should we just throw it out to the viewers right away? Or
What?
is it going to bother them because I pointed out?
I'll go ahead and point it out.
Um, we're having the conversation here on Matt's panels in his background, and there's a little white showing through. Is that a window or is it the wall?
It's the wall.
Or the sweat drop?
Yeah, is it the sweat dripping down?
No, it's not the sweat dripping. It's the wall. I
Yeah.
got a
Okay. So
fix
Matt was going
for
to
it.
Sharpie it. It doesn't really bother me.
I didn't.
But
I wouldn't
I
have
think the
like.
viewers are going to stare at it now.
Well, I can see. The problem is I can see gaps. Y'all can't.
Well, that's good. That because it doesn't matter what you can see.
Well, I guess that's true. So I got a staple gun over here I'm looking at though that I think I can fix those gaps. I need to spend some time on it.
Staple gun calling out to you like the Green Goblin mask.
Dude, John, when I was putting these up, John Conley was like, boy, a staple gun would sure be helpful for you. And I was like, let's look that up. Walmart, $6, my friend.
How were you doing it, dude? I don't understand.
I was putting one nail in each corner
Oh my
and
God.
it was just gonna free ball. So
I don't even like to paint, dude.
that was
That
never even
really
gonna
ruin your
work.
walls.
You said what now? Oh
I don't.
yeah. Well, the paint in here probably
I don't like to
doesn't.
paint or nothing.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
My wife
Uh,
won't let me paint.
why?
Uh, because it'll look like ass if I paint.
Well,
Pardon my language, but
no.
yeah, I'll be leaving brush strokes and roller marks, and she's like, I'm not looking at that. Like, you can do the primer, and then
Yeah,
I'll do the paint.
that's all right as long as she's willing to paint. You don't have to
Yeah.
hire somebody.
Mrs. Toilet Circle sounds like my favorite person. She doesn't want to see brush strokes.
What kind of farm work did you get done this morning before the podcast, Phil?
Mm.
Just the usual, like, we gotta
Feeding
put
water.
everybody out. Yeah. I got a sheep in a wheelchair, gotta put her in her cart, stuff like that.
They call it a tripod.
Yeah.
Is she at what, one leg or two legs or three?
Three legs, two in the front, one in the back.
Sheesh. What
You
a
like to rephrase
difficult,
that.
what a difficult life for that baby.
No, she's chilling. She gets in her cart and she thinks she's like queen of the highway. She like runs the other sheep over, runs me over in the cart, goes through the mud.
Because she can, once she's in, she's good to go.
Yep.
You can't knock her out of her cart.
Well, she could get tipped, but
Oh,
so
in
I
fact,
had to put some cameras up that like show her area so I can check every so often. Be
She's got
like,
the life
okay,
alert.
yeah. Well, so I need something that is like a tilt sensor on her
Yeah,
cart that if the things tilt more than like 70 degrees or whatever, it like pings my phone. Because
yeah.
I guess they have those for garage doors. So like if you're
yeah.
not home and someone opens your garage door, you'll get like an alert. But
I feel
it's
like
a
we should be
little
able to find something like that for her.
to set it up to like run off the Wi-Fi out there and like be weatherproof and like ping my phone was like a little bit just outside of my like technological threshold that I was like, I don't know.
Fair.
She
How is
doesn't,
it?
Yeah,
yeah, just check your cameras so she doesn't have to lay sideways for too long.
yeah. No, I mean I'm out there frequently enough that like if she was tipped, she'd be
If
maybe like 10 minutes.
if Phil's boss is watching, he doesn't mean that.
She
Hopefully
knows.
they're not
My
watching.
boss
Hopefully
knows.
nobody's boss is watching. Maybe Mrs. G too, but
If you she don't watch nothing. She doesn't understand content is king still after all these years. She thinks just pack and ship a product, that's what it's about, but content is king.
yeah, we got to make content so we can ship them things out.
Um,
And here this whole time I thought that the Wraith was king.
King Wraith? No, actually, I think that it was what was it? I can't even remember now, but somebody else is supposed to be king.
Yeah, it's Turner
Looks
return
just like the
tops, something.
Wraith.
No, it's the AL7 Herdsman is king.
No, it ain't that.
Um, did you guys see my Well, actually, Phil. Oh no, woof.
You got it, bro.
Cliff, a sponsor of
Cliff.
today's podcast. We might have multiple, but Cliff, a
Cliff
sponsor of today's
is.
podcast, is looking for a rainbow blasted prowler.
I thought he
So
was
if you
looking for
got one,
something
hit him
else.
up. He's looking, or if you have any leads on them. I don't know. With my excellent record keeping, I don't know how this slips through the cracks, but I'm not exactly sure how many are out there.
Rainbow Blasted Prowler. That's what they used to call me in college.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he finds that. He's been looking for that for a minute.
Yeah.
But did you guys see my question I posted on Instagram yesterday?
I did.
We're going to start with that. Did
I
you think
did.
of an answer?
I have an answer.
All right. So the
Oh,
question was, if you could experience one yo-yo again the first time you used it, whether it's that just the first time playing it or the whole unboxing experience, um, what would it be and why? So while you're thinking about it, Phil, Matt's gonna.
Pack Storm Valhalla. One
oh,
of my,
That
wow.
was your
That
first
threw me.
G2?
no, it wasn't my first G2, but it was the first one that like I felt things. Does that make sense? Like I opened it. First of all, I begged Dabs for 6 months for it. So it came from Dabs. So I mean, I had the real unboxing experience. Of course, Dabs keeps his diamond blend in his yo-yos. He doesn't even use his diamond blend. He uses other diamond blend because he wants to hold the whatever. You see what I'm saying, right?
That's like true collector, right? So you keep
Yeah.
everything mint, and he's still, but on the other side, he's still playing the yo-yo. He just uses a different string and keeps the pin and new string from the yo-yo in the box. So,
Keeps it
uh,
brand new. Definitely I had I mean, I mean, this yo-yo changed my life. So I can't think of a more important yo-yo than the Pack Storm Valhalla for
changed
this.
your life.
It absolutely changed my life.
How?
I was looking for home, and the minute I threw it, I found it.
Okay, I like that. That
So,
that that is a slogan.
so what about you, Phil?
See, I'm torn between three different ones.
I'm going to answer mine today on the podcast or on the Instagram, so I'm not going to give it here. But you can give us the winner and then give us the runner-ups. But there's got to be a winner. And
Bullet Circle Banshee.
if I'm guessing,
Dude, I didn't even think of that one.
ooh,
No, honestly, the OG Elite,
okay.
because so that was the first yo-yo. That was the first, well, my first G2, and I got it right from you. And I had never played a G2 up until then. This was like 2016 or whatever,
Did you
whenever
buy
that
it or
came.
did I send it to you?
No, I bought it from you.
So was it one of the Dirty
Well,
Penny pre-orders?
yeah, well, it was like we were talking on IRC or something, and I was like, "Hey, I want to buy a yo-yo," and you were like, "Well, send me some PayPal, like whatever you want to send, I'll send you something
Okay.
based on what you send me." So I sent you money, and then you sent me the Elite, and you were like, "Thanks for taking a chance on me on the yo-yo." And well, that yo-yo is a banger, an all-time classic. Uh, and the box on those, like the slide fit in the
Yeah.
sleeve with the gold foil,
Hmm.
that's like a top tier box.
So the whole
Um,
experience there, I like that. So you just straight up mystery box. You don't even
yeah,
know
I didn't know what I
what
was
it
gonna
could
get.
be. Your mystery box changes based on what you send. That was prime Jake back then. Jeez.
Is is this the Elite that I bought off of you?
No, that's a different one. So, long like the night I hadn't. This wasn't the night I met my wife, but like it was the night that we like got together. I lost that
Do you
elite.
want to elaborate on that?
Well, we were out at a bar, and like the next morning, I did not have my elite that I had the night before.
Dang.
So Then one of my friends ended up sending me a replacement, uh, whatever that colorway was called, MS-70 Penny Elite.
Yeah.
And then it eventually made its way to Matt a few years later. And now I believe it's in John Conley's collection.
Where it'll die.
So the
Yeah.
the the MS-70, I believe, is the color they call for the printed pennies. I forget. I did some research on the color of new pennies, but MS-70 has a relationship with that.
It was a very beautiful elite, and I love the way those old elites play. I mean, the new elites are great. I mean, but those old elites just hold something very special.
I think that little like curve on the
I know
at
what
the
you're
edge
talking
of the
about.
rim versus the newer ones is like
That's it.
a
So I'm
really
I'm
nice
taking the
touch.
Elite 23 all day.
Well, that's a clearly better performer.
Yeah.
I think what made the original Elite special was that was in the time of bimetals, and then the bimetals, they were just heavy as crap because we're in the era of 66-gram yo-yos, and then people were making bimetals that also weighed 66 grams, and they felt like rocks. So when I made my first bimetal, I was like, hey, you guys are doing this wrong. This is a 60-gram yo-yo now with the stainless steel rims to take advantage of using stainless steel where you want it. It's not just a design it the same and slap some stainless steel rim in there. Um, but
Where was
and I think that's why I like I don't know, the Elite has a special spot is just because it played so differently at the time for a bimetal.
I had an E18 that was brass that I beat the piss out of early on, and I loved that yo-yo. It was something. I mean, I think you're right, Phil. It was something about that shape that just ate for me. I mean, it kind of had like a loadout esque shape. I mean, but it was just something that I fell in love with it. So I'm glad you brought that up. I had no idea about the MS-70 colorway though. That's something you should bring back, Jake. That's really cool.
I like that color a lot. That
Yeah.
like pale orangish brown.
So that was the first
Coppery.
time I did like a pre-order, and that was the first time I was like, all right, we got to adjust some things because there's a lot of MS-70s. There's like over 100 MS-70s out there. Because when I did that pre-order, it was for one color, and I didn't really expect, I guess, over 100 people to hop in on a yo-yo they hadn't tried on a bimetal I hadn't been making. Um, so then it was like, okay, now we put some caps or limitations or different variables in to make sure we don't have a huge run of the same color outside
Yeah, and
of
then the
Pack Storm
Pack
Goose.
Storm Mongoose came along
Yeah.
and wrecked that idea.
Yeah. That happens.
So
Um,
is your second and third choice the Herdsman and Herdsman AL7?
no, so my second would be the OG Banshee SS, that gray one. Was that a proto or was that just the first color? That like slate gray.
You're asking the wrong person.
Hang on. Did the team get SS's? I mean, you were
So
on the
that was
team.
the first yo-yo I got when I joined the team.
Oh, no shit. He sent you an SS right off the bat.
And so my first sponsor pack was an
I
SS.
said Matt plenty of things. Don't let him act like
Oh
he
my
doesn't get
God. No,
anything.
I am not saying that at all. But what a beautiful time to be in G2, to be in the history of G2
It was
team that,
right around when the SS was
yeah,
coming out.
to get
Okay.
your first yo-yo to be the SS. What a monster, dude.
I think it was an SS and a Covenant was my
Holy
two in my
shit.
like
So that was like, when
ultimate
was that? Like
team.
18?
Yeah, late 18.
That's crazy, Phil. That's awesome, dude. That's
I'm coming
awesome.
up on 7 years, dude. I joined shortly after Dietz.
Was I talking to you, Matt, on the
Yeah, it was
podcast?
yesterday on the
Yeah, and
pod.
it was that's crazy, like the life of Daniel Dietz in the yo-yo world, and then that he's been on G2 for that long is crazy.
So like when I was first starting to yo-yo, like the one drop Dietz was like a new hot yo-yo. And like
Absolutely.
I knew that Dan Dietz was the guy, and then like to have him join G2 and then like me join G2 and find out that I'm living in the same city as him and then like meet up with Dan and become friends and realize that like we're the same age was a crazy experience. Cause like in my mind, like I'm starting yo-yoing as like however young I was at the time. Dan Dietz is on one drop, has a signature yo-yo. In my mind, I'm just picturing that like, oh, Dan is like an older guy than me. And then like I meet him and he's like the same age as me. I'm like, what the hell?
Crap. This is what I did with my life?
Yeah, Dan was so much better at yo-yoing than me. Like,
I'll tell
no,
you how
Dan's a great guy
good
though.
I'll tell you how good Dan Dietz is. In college, of course, I mean, I carried my yo-yo everywhere. I met a guy, a couple here in Arkansas who knew Dan Dietz. They were like, "Oh, you're good, but you're not our friend up in Boston,
Good.
Dan Dietz." And I was like, Dan Dietz, that handsome motherfucker. Like, I can't be as good at him at yo-yoing. He's more handsome. Like everything. Like I loved Dan Dietz before I even met him, obviously. But yeah, I've known about Dan Dietz for like 20 years because of that couple. You'll never be Dan Dietz.
You're all right, but you are no Dan Dietz,
Yeah,
pal.
that's exactly what I was told. I was like, hey, that's fair. Once I saw him,
It's
I was like,
true, but you didn't have to come at me so
that's
hard like
true.
that.
The
Yeah.
mongoose is all right, but it is no AL7 herdsman.
Yeah, I mean that's essentially what they told him. And
Have y'all
it's
thrown the
certainly no evolution.
7075?
Evolution, shout out Dan Dietz.
Evo
Hmm.
That's
is good.
pure coincidence.
Oh, bro, there's a new Evo that we're probably not allowed to talk about, but wowzer.
We talked about it a minute. You can. I don't know that there's anything else to say about it.
You're gonna like the way you look. Felt heavier. It felt heavier. Is that right? It felt heavier.
I don't know if the actual spec is heavier, but it has more on it.
Felt heavier, but she still went.
AL7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the AL7 redesign.
So last night I randomly was like, wow, I need an AL7 brass Elite 23. But that's not a thing, right?
Yeah, it is.
No,
Oh, I thought it was.
no.
Regular brass,
Oh,
but
I've
not
only done.
AL7.
Yeah, I never redesigned the Elite 23, and now at this point, I don't even know if I do an AL7
E26.
version. Do I just make a whole new version of the Elite?
E26
you did
drop.
not have that many drops of the E23 though. It was like Pack Storm and what other colors?
I still think there was a lot. There was multiple runs.
Hmm.
I have a green one of the originals.
I bet you do got a green one. You
I don't know
motherfucker.
what that's supposed to mean, but whatever.
So it's so
Um,
funny. I was such a jerk to Jake when I started the team. I was like, I don't want any green yo-yos.
You and Cliff, dude. Cliff's like, get this green out of here.
Bro, thanks. Yeah, never mind.
Variety of
Cliff.
the spice of life. You got to have them all.
Yeah. Now I want red. I want, I seen that crimson Hawk D.
Uh-huh.
Hawk
Think
D.
Hawk Hawk D.
I probably should have thought a little harder on that name.
D Hawk.
The Tua Hawk. The Hawk Tua.
Oh, that'd be the Hawk too, right? No.
The Hawk Tua. Yeah, that's all right. The Hawk D's a
For the
great
Dolphin
name.
fans out there.
The Hawk D's a great name. I can't wait to
Tank,
get our hands
tank
on
for Tua.
those. Jacob Tua.
What is that, Dr. Thunder?
Praise God.
I don't have a blind five today. I just have a question for you.
Okay.
Um, do you have any other sponsors before we dive into this?
I'm only sponsored by G2, big dog.
John Conley is still looking for a Rainbow Galaxy mini Banshee.
Mini
Get
Banshee
him
or Mini Covey?
Banshee.
And then Connor's also looking for a Mini Banshee.
Which Connor? Connor from Texas or Connor from California?
Connor from California.
All
I
right.
said
Well, we love you,
California.
buddy, but John Conley comes first. We need that Rainbow Galaxy in John Conley's hands.
That sounds like it might be the next petition. Like, do we need the D Mini Banshee D?
I immediately say yes.
Because the
Why
minis
not?
play so much better with the D bearing.
Why not?
Phil, pause.
You don't want a D-sized
A
bearing
mini
for
D?
We've got that covered, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I'm all set on that. Thank you. Got enough of those.
One's more than enough.
No, mini D sounds perfect. Now that we've put it like that, it's even better of an idea. Mini
Yeah,
D.
it's got to change from being the mini Banshee to the Banshee Mini D.
Yeah.
That's actually that's the I feel like that's the name of it. You just
Hmm.
named it.
Yeah.
I think
We'll get the,
everybody's about to be excited about
and I
this.
know Matt's fast. He'll get on that petition real quick.
Metal AI up some fake like classified documents leak showing that you were like covering up the Banshee's Mini D.
No, dude, we're not doing AI anymore because people said that that's theft. That's not art. That's
Wait, wait,
theft,
wait.
Phil.
Who told you this?
Well, I saw it on the BST, YoYo BST.
Oh, somebody. I did the Walk the Dog cast, and it was the one that was like Simpsons cartoon. And they
Mm-hmm.
go, "Oh, I hate AI art." And I said, "Oh, me too, but it does the job." Um, or I just said, I'm like, AI art's not the best. And he goes, "Why do you use it? I'm sure you could pay somebody to make you thumbnails." And then I said, "Well, I was able to make this thumbnail in the
In
10
30
minutes that the video
seconds.
was uploading to go with the
Mm.
video." And so he goes, "So because you're lazy, you steal other people's art?" And I said, I'm like, "We're not going to agree on this, but cartoon style, like drawing, is not somebody's art that I'm stealing. Like multiple people do. There's multiple cartoon shows. Now that's definitely more that specific one was bred from the Simpsons cloth. But
Here, I'll make it worse. We didn't create this technology. We are only using it. There we
We're
go.
not going to stop it, so we might as well
Yeah, they're
use.
not gonna give a shit about your views on art. Does that make sense? No one gives a shit. No one.
Listen, I'm just going to throw it out there
I
for AI. I'm happy to live in a world where our AI computer overlords allow us to still make podcasts.
Amen.
I
Set
mean,
myself up for the future when they take over.
I like the idea of preferring to use a real person,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
you got to keep in, I don't know. You have to put everything into perspective of, is it feasible to actually get a cartoonist to draw me individual thumbnails every week for a podcast that, depending on who the sponsor is, the revenue varies greatly from 0 to 0.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I understand their point a little bit. I think that they just took it too far when they're saying that it's stealing from the other people that create art in a similar style.
Well, then,
So
and then to, sorry,
it would
Phil.
be different if you were like making the AI art and then putting that on a shirt and selling the shirt and like profiting off of it versus just, oh, I need a like funny thumbnail to go on this podcast.
How would
And
that be different though?
well, like from that point of view, like because you are not like taking the AI art and using it to generate like a ton of revenue. It's just like, oh, I need it for the thumbnail.
I guess I don't I mean if you think it's wrong, I think it's wrong. It doesn't matter whether you're making direct money off of it or not. You're still using it for something, right?
I
It
think
doesn't have to be
calling you
related to
lazy,
revenue.
I think calling you lazy is where the argument completely goes out the window because that's like insinuating that you are the problem by you
Because I
using it.
used it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't like that. Like it's
No.
there, it's going to be there. If you're an artist, you should find other avenues to make money because that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be artistic. Work it out.
Well, and I mean artists are now using AI in their art for whatever. Like if you are a I don't know what the actual job title would be, but if you make thumbnails for a living, you're going to use AI in your creation. That's just another tool for you now outside of Photoshop and Lightroom, and now you're using AI to go with it. I think my only issue would have been is if I had taken somebody's art, uploaded it into ChatGPT, and then, said redesign this so it says walk the dogcast and then used it. That's where I think you're
Yeah.
stealing from something. But all I said was I took a picture of Matt, or I took a picture of Phil and me, put them side by side, and said cartoonize this drawing for a YouTube thumbnail. And it went down the route of Simpsons type cartooning, but
It was ready in 5 seconds. You needed
there was a lot of people generating images. It took a solid minute.
you needed no revisions.
So
You didn't
on
have to
on
pay for
that,
it.
I am going to need a picture of each of you after this for the thumbnail I'm going to create.
Did you
So
screenshot
send that
that?
my way.
Did
Um,
you screenshot that?
where were we at? Do we have another sponsor? Is that where we were at?
John Conley, Rainbow Galaxy,
Yeah.
mini
Oh, we were
hoodie.
talking about the Mini D and AI.
Wow,
Okay.
that derailed us.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this
Jake's not
is,
lazy. Jake's the hardest working man in yo-yo. Whoever said that,
I
go
mean,
look under a rock.
you can always there's always room for improvement. Um,
You work 7 days a week, Jake.
yeah, but not all day, every day.
This ain't an argument we need to have on the podcast.
No, the argument we need to have is, are you going to take $1 million, or would you rather $100,000 for every suicide you land in a minute?
Taking the million.
I think I'm doing the suicides.
Does it have to be caught on your pointer finger, or does any
Yeah,
finger
one finger, none of this nonsense luck of the like you're stabbing like this. We ain't doing that.
Take the mill, Phil. Take the mill.
Flip it, catch it.
count? So do I think I can hit 10 in a minute?
Suicide, so it can't be like the GT or the red triangle, but you could if you want to mix in a 1.5 suicide, that will be acceptable.
Oh.
Like a branding?
No, just from the 1.5 amount of normal suicide into a trapeze.
I gotta take the million. 6 seconds for each one.
60. Oh yeah. You don't think you can, how many suicides you think you can do in 6 seconds? Like when you're hot.
One.
One. Okay. I'm taking the challenge. I'm going.
So, like, because I wouldn't be able to just bang, bang, bang 10 of them out. Like, I'll have a few misses and then I'll have like a few catches and then a few more misses. I mean, I could probably get 10 in a minute, but
But if
uh,
you think you're only getting 10, you take the millie.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I was about to say, I feel like I can get 10 in a minute, but I'm still just taking the guarantee.
You don't think you got a chance for 15 or 20?
I don't think I have a chance for 20. Now, if it was like a hook or a Brentstall, like I'm taking that 100,000 because I'll crush 20 of them. No, no problem.
What is your dog doing behind you, Phil?
It's a cat and he was scratching on a scratching post. My dog is napping in a bed right behind me though.
JK.
All
Shout out
right.
my dogs.
Shut up.
So I'm the only one taking the challenge of how many suicides can I do in a minute?
I
100,000
say
each.
we gotta do it.
I'll film it. I'll see what I get.
So I've done a similar challenge with you before.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Hooks and Brent Stoles, and also hot dogs and shotgunning beers.
Y'all did,
One of those. I still have not had a beer since you challenged me to a shotgun.
I'm waiting.
Today's ATC Championship. Maybe I'll open up the ATC Championship Zoom call, shotgun and beer.
that
Did you
sounds
get
fun.
permission from the missus to come, Phil?
So it'll depend where I'm at with like my nightly work. I got an extra thing on our like list of projects we needed to get done this
Mhm.
week. We got it done last night, so it might free me up to get done earlier tonight and
I know
pop
that
in.
it's club time is tough, so I don't know if you're making it or not.
So yeah, you texted me that with no context,
It's
and
just,
I'm
hey,
like,
open invite. You coming or not? But I
I
wanted to
texted
leave.
Matt. I was like, what is this? And then he's
I-
like, oh, it's the ATC championships. And I'm like, well, do you think Jake is asking me to judge or
It looks
what?
like he wants you there, brother.
Yeah. And he's like,
No
no, I think he's
context, so
just
it's
trying to
like
get
a
you to.
you should be here. It's like a you have to be here since I didn't say anything. No, I just sent it so you have the intel if you could make it.
That's
Um,
what I figured after the fact. But I was like, dude, I don't even know the rule set to be judging this. Because I was doing the points at the start of ATC, and then I was like, I am getting behind on this.
Yeah, so now we make Alex do it.
Yeah,
You
I
still
need to
doing
get
it, Mike?
back on helping that because he knows how now to do multiple at once. So I need to get back on
So
my job.
that threw me off because, like, one morning I spent like probably a half hour at least trying to get the bot to like accept a list of me saying, like, add a point to all these people. And it didn't work. And I was like, got frustrated. I was like, I'll give these people their points later.
Hmm.
There was an attempt.
We got nothing, dude.
Well,
Nothing's
that's
coming
fair.
through.
Oh, you don't hear it?
No.
No,
Nuh-uh.
no, put it next to the mic and then do it. Don't do it and bring it over to the mic. This is tragic. Cut this part out.
It's
Uh,
tinging loud as hell, guys.
Well, we'll take your word for it.
It is. Bro, toy. How did the pre-order go, Jake?
oh, good.
You happy with it?
I'm kind of indifferent on it. It was because this is a yo-yo made for like a specific group of people, right? So
Right.
I don't like over producing like I don't know. I don't want to push people to buy something that I don't think they're gonna like. So if you either knew you wanted a toy or you didn't because it's a subset of an organic yo-yo, right? It did make somebody quit the Discord. Rest in peace, Mike T.
That's real.
Man,
That's why he left.
yeah, so we didn't even give him the monkey finger insider tag, which is really bullshit before he left. So the second he comes back, hopefully I have mod powers by the time he comes back because when the second I see him hit the Discord, he's getting a different color name. He's coming back. It's just a matter of time. Where else is he going?
Yeah, I think just out of yo-yo.
Oh well, I hate to hear that. Mike T, come back, brother. Come back.
So listen, Jake, toy pre-order. Can you have him do one in this Thai Banshee Brown for me?
If I could, like, so the production runs, you need to hit a MOQ of like 25 or 30 to do colored options. So if you want to order 30 copper toys, yeah, I got you.
You could probably sell them. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I really think I don't know. Maybe people do like the longer than
You
2 days.
wanna
I don't
you
know.
want a copper toy? Slide in my DMs. If we get 30 people, I'll work on getting Jake to do it.
I mean, do we need to find 30 people? I bet we can find 30 people.
And we're at can't be a toy though, because I already closed the pre-orders. It was only rainbow or raw. You know what I mean?
No, low key though, Titanium Covenant in this, that's a certified slapper right there.
Have you got
And
those
you
in
know
yet? Oh wait,
slappers.
they're
I
being
do, I know.
machined, right? The TI Coveys are being machined right now.
Oh, maybe as we speak, maybe I'm not sure.
Have you got the Valhallas yet?
They were at Anno,
Mm.
so they'll be here soon. What was else on there? The Slate was at Anno.
Where's the Goose SS at?
The Goose SS is no comment.
Oh, that means we're getting motherfucking close. That's what that means. That's what that
Matt is in
means.
surprise this
I
morning, dude.
like
That's
it.
like
Yeah.
his third
It's a
F-bomb.
good one. It's the Golden Goose.
Golden Goose.
Just think about that
That
gold.
Golden Goose, that was the name of my preschool.
Hey, that's sweet. Hey, I'll be okay. I'm ready for gold. I want to see some red. I want to see some blue. I want to see all of it.
But yeah, think about it now. So this is the V2 Proto coming out now. So then by the time I decide which one I like, you're still looking at another 3, 4 months before we could possibly see a release.
Oh, I was hoping you would just skip testing. Does it need any more testing?
I want
Well,
to, yes, because
you
I
got to
don't love
decide
the
which
look of
one's
the
better.
original. As much as I love the play of the original, I don't love the look.
It
Well, there's
looks
no
fantastic.
changing that, dude. It's built off a mongoose.
It
No
looks
offense to you,
fantastic.
Jake, but
It looks fantastic. Hey, I did get to throw an AL7 herdsman this weekend.
yeah, what did you actually think? Because I asked
Man,
you
I'm
and
gonna
you
be honest with you.
avoided the question.
I started having warts pop up on my body when I threw it for the first time. It was insane.
First
So this
time Throwing a good yo-yo will do that to you, dude.
I can't believe that wasn't the yo-yo you wanted to go back and throw, Matt.
No, no, I started feeling the warts. I started itching and stuff. I was like, what is this all over me? And then like it was Satan that came out of that yo-yo.
Jeez.
Yeah. Turns out it's a little it's a good yo-yo.
It's good, but it's no, it's
It's
no
not
Dan
a
Dietz.
mongoose. It's not a mongoose. I'd put the AL6 goose over it or even any of my protos.
I like. There's no reasoning with this guy.
There doesn't have to be. It's
Eh,
better.
once somebody's mind is set, there's no reasoning. There's no change
You,
in somebody's mind, so it's not worth arguing.
I thought we were just gonna meet out on the playground and fist fight.
yeah, it's gonna be like that scene in Step Brothers. Make you eat the white dog poop.
I went to the drum teabagging, but yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah, or that.
no, a lot of people were talking
I'm
about. I
gonna
mean, I
walk
saw
the dog on Matt's face.
did Grant? I think Grant competed with the Hardy.
A few people told me they did.
Yeah, I know.
Yo-Yo Cool Nicholas shredding with it. Corbin competed with it. Uh, Grant, you said?
Yeah, wait till we throw an SS rim on a goose. People are gonna be like,
This is mid.
no, people are gonna
What
be
what Nico use?
like, I don't. I think he used a druid.
Druid, I think.
Yeah.
So speaking of Druid, you guys dropped that community spotlight video, and Big Mike was just taking shots at me right out of the gate. You gassed him up to do that, and I know it.
Well, Big Mike, let me tell you, Big Mike is such a nice guy. He didn't really want to he didn't really want to say anything bad about you. So, so it really worked out. We had to get that out of him. Connor had to really do some begging, but we all got it worked out.
Yeah, I told Matt, I was like, I'm gonna text Big Mike and be like, "Yo, why are you dissing me like this?" And he's like, "No, dude, don't," because he didn't want to do that.
Yeah, he did not. I mean, I get it. I mean, no one wants to talk bad about their teammates, but when they make a bad yo-yo like this, you kind of have
Oh
to.
my God, dude.
You kind of have to. So it's all good. No, it's really, I mean, it's an okay yo-yo. It's an okay yo-yo.
Hey, can we get access to the AI videos yet?
Uh, like, I think that
Mongoose
technology is
versus
limited.
Herd,
Oh, yeah, we could probably see what we can
little
come up
AI
with.
battle
So
wrestling ring.
yeah, to make an AI cartoon version, like in Family Guy when Peter Griffin is like fighting the chicken.
Yeah,
I need that, but it's a goose and a cow, and
yeah,
it's
we
just
do
like
need that.
a way extended fight scene that's just completely ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, I don't know who does the video right now. I've seen AI videos, but
I don't know if I have or if I mean, I know of a couple things that we could use, but not that descriptive like that. I don't know.
Mhm.
Hey, a little update on the office sale. I was supposed to come home last night and pack 14 boxes. That did not work out. So we are that today, everything is going to get worked on.
So you had one job and you're already a day late?
Already a day
Dude,
late. Yep.
Matt, come on,
No,
man.
didn't you say they were shipping today anyway? So you're good?
Yeah, but still, I was hoping to have everything packed and going out today. I should be able to get everything packed at lunch break, and then hopefully at 4:30, I'll have everything out today.
Cool.
So 14
Um,
boxes is fun.
you guys got anything else?
So a
Uh,
goose.
no, dude, the herdsman is better than the goose.
No, it's not. Look at the string though.
Big red string, dude. I have a bunch of big red string here too. I have
Whoa,
like a
what's going on
sampling
here?
pack.
Nice.
So
Hey,
he's got like all these different like blends and thicknesses because I was like, I don't know what of your blends I would like. So he's like, well, I'll put together some options and like see what you think.
Nice.
Uh, banger string.
look at
So
this. Here's some V2 pack storm string.
V2 pack storm.
A little too close.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the
It's really good
V1.
string though.
So I haven't he sent me the new stuff. I haven't tried it yet. Because I thought the Pack Storm string was just a little fat.
Right. That's what I was about to say. Here is
The new stuff is better than the Pack Storm
there's the
original
version
Pack
one.
Storm.
It's just too, it's so thick, but this is going to be a little thinner.
So I put one on and I used it for, I don't know, probably like 15 hours. And I was messaging with Chris, who runs Big Red String, and I'm like, yeah, this is really good string. It's just like it feels like thick to me. And then I looked at the one I used, and the thickness was like checked off as extra thick. And I'm like, oh, I swear I grabbed like a thin one. And
Standard.
I'm like thinking that this was the thin version, but it was
Mhm.
an extra thick. And I'm like, damn.
It's exactly what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that's my fault because I kind of pushed him. I was like, I really like thick. I want a thick string. And then he sent me the Pack
You know I
Storm
like them
string.
thick.
Yeah, amen. I said, and then he sent me the Pack Storm string, and I was like, wait, never mind. Just kid, maybe just a little bit down, and that's where we are. So,
No, he like reached out and was asking me about my string preferences because I'm always in the Discord talking about how I like just bulk
right.
generic string.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Give me that rough stuff.
I hate bulk string. I think I'm just spoiled.
So I like every now and then I'm like, all right, I gotta get into the like higher end string. Like I'll throw Diamond Blends on. I'm like, I'm gonna use Diamond Blend for a week and like that'll kickstart me and I'll be using Diamond Blend now, better string. And then after a while, I'm like, I gotta go back to a thinner, like,
I think you like the cheap stuff, just roll it. Like it.
Yeah.
yeah,
I wish I could like it. That's
I don't
all
know
I'm
that
saying.
I don't know that the cost, like if you like how many bulk poly are you using instead of one diamond blend, but if you like the cheap stuff better, that makes it easy. But I think the cost is probably pretty similar in playtime.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dabs told me he's had one Diamond Blend that he's been using for like a year, but
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't.
he
Yeah,
means that too.
that's bell curve.
I I told him I could get, I forget how many hours I said, but I was like, I'll do this on a kitty string. And it
No,
was an absurd amount. Like it would have been like bad, but I
20 minutes
forgot
on
to
a
do
kitty
like
string.
tracking. No, I can. So I'm weird with string because like I have an insane amount of like kitty string or alpha line or Sochi. It's all mixed together. Um, I've got like 300 of them just back there in my string container, but I still like never change my string out. Half of them are knotted and frayed, and I'm like, I don't care. I just use it.
This guy.
That's
Yeah, it
video
doesn't make
cruelty.
sense. It doesn't make sense because like people have sent me these strings. Like Matt just sent me 100 strings because he's like, I don't like this. It's just kitty string I've had sitting around for a year. Like he sent it to me. So like I didn't pay for that string, and even if I did, it's 25 cents a string max. So
Max.
like if I get a knot, why am I still using that stupid 25-cent string?
Yeah, I no, like I don't. Yeah, I don't. 20 minutes max on a kitty string. It just feels gross.
But you throw a
Yeah.
fresh one on, and that is like a good feeling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why aren't you giving yourself that? Like
No, it's like
freshie on every time you throw, once a day at least.
I should do that, but I
I'm
don't.
gonna throw my big red string on my toy today. We're gonna have a good day.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a new Big Red on one of the different blends and no, same blend but different thickness.
Have you thrown a soy? We got to
No.
get you a soy, bro. We got to get you a soy.
Dude, I'm a certified soy boy, so you
Yeah, we
know.
really got to get you a soy, bro. They're
Um,
bomb. All right,
yeah, I
I'm
don't
cool.
know.
actually surprised that more people, so many people like the soy so much. that I made the toy.
Well, I think the toy's better.
I think it's just because it's so different, right?
Yeah, I think the toy is way better actually. But I don't think I don't know, I don't want to just assume people are willing to commit to the titanium.
Oh, I mean the pre-order's done, so it doesn't matter what you say.
Well, that's true, but get a custom soy. Is that what you sent me, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh
Customs.
man. We're about
I'm
to
about
get
to
the
start making some customs.
you
I'm
about to
still
get
waiting
some
on that EDC tray.
Dude, I have it like 3/4 of the way sanded just sitting in my garage.
But here's the issue, right? Like the whole point of this was so that you can sell them. If it takes you 6 months to get me one, how can we sell them?
So I need to like set up because I have to keep like bringing the thing out and then putting it back. So I need to like set up a station somewhere that I can just
Make a
like,
hundred.
yeah, and then figure out. So I have 5 of them made right now.
Hmm.
And that was like, I didn't cut them all out at once in a batch. Look at this guy. But like the sanding, I did as a batch, so I could be like, okay, this is how it would go. And then I need to get like cutting them and shaping them into a batch. So then I can like knock out a batch of 10, get them posted for sale, and then like the next week or 2 weeks later, knock out another batch of 10, get them posted for sale. But yeah, haven't been able to get that set up going. And then
Well, I don't know that
um,
we need I'm worried about the batches. I think if you get one batch done, then we can see what the demand is.
yeah,
oh, there's
but
demand.
So you're in your mind, you're setting up for demand for 100. And what if we only have demand for the 10 for the first batch?
well, like subsequent batches, either way, I need to like I can't do 10 individually. That would take, you know, 5 times the time versus if I got set up to do a batch of 10, then it takes whatever time and then I'm set up if there is demand for another batch.
Yeah, but I think you knock out the first five like you have, and if there's demand, then you set up for running a batch.
Yeah,
But you
so
don't actually know if we need set up to run a batch.
the first 5 are allocated. So like 2 are going to you, one's for Trevor, one's for John Conley, and one is for another person that they don't know about it.
Okay. So yeah, you need to have your batch ready to go once I get mine so I can show them off and list them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We're
Ready to
sending them to
see
Mac
them.
because he said he likes shipping stuff now.
Well, and I got to see what you think about the when you get them,
The
like
size?
the size. Are these proportions correct? Like,
Okay.
does it work? Matt, what do you think of the size of yours?
I love mine. I can fit 3 yo-yos on it and still get a photo of the design.
I saw you with like 15 yo-yos on it.
Yeah, but you can't see the design on it when that's the case.
Well, so if I made a batch of trays, say 10 trays, they wouldn't have designs on them. It would just be trays. So you wouldn't need to be seeing the design.
Okay, so
Yeah, if anything, it has Phil's logo on it.
John
I'm
Conley
buying.
just
Or you
messaged me,
just sign it.
right? Can you hear me?
Sharpie, Phil Jenkins,
Yeah.
Toilet Circle.
How John Conley just said the shipping label was just created for my Hawk D. Jake, how are you doing 3 different things right now at one time?
So actually the email is sent out delayed an hour. So I did that this morning when I got up.
Jake is doing 16 things at one time right
You're like,
now.
how's he shipping that while he's on the podcast with me?
Yeah. How's
John
that?
Conley just got a fat cutting board in the mail from your boy.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that I was wondering that knife he posted with it. That must be a really nice knife.
So, like, he reached out to me a long time ago about a cutting board, and it was just kind of hypothetical. And then he sent me a yo-yo, and then I was like, "Well, I'll send you the cutting board as like that's our trade." Um, and this was in the winter. I wasn't able to like make a cutting board, so I sent him one that I had made for myself.
Mm-hmm.
and it's a banger cutting board. But he's like, oh, I'm like excited for that cutting board. Like I got a nice kitchen knife to be able to use with it because I'm not using a shitty cutting board anymore. Like got a nice knife, nice cutting board, take care of them both. Good to go.
Now,
Yeah.
was this another one, or this was the one you had made for yourself?
That was the one I made for myself.
Okay. So
That
did
one.
you oil it up?
Yeah, I hadn't used it.
Yeah. Do you use like food grade oil? What do you use?
Yeah, it's like mineral oil, and then I have like a wax that I buff them with, which is it's essentially like beeswax with mineral oil and like a little bit of lemon essential oil just for like a little bit of a freshness scent.
Yeah. No,
And
so
it like
Brad made me some. I think
polishes.
you guys saw them with the acrylic and the
Oh
yo-yo
yeah.
side. Um, but anyways, what I was going to get to was we don't have to go down the conspiracy hole. We don't have time today. But get yourself a nice wooden cutting board from Phil. Get rid of those microplastics you're chopping into your food.
Yeah, so I make cutting boards, and in my kitchen I'm using
No,
like
it's getting stored up there
microplastic
in your brain
special.
cavities.
No wonder I'm so cooked. But no,
Uh,
shout out to Brad because he makes some awesome stuff.
is that Brad Dumas?
Yeah,
Okay, mediocre.
mediocre.
Nice. Okay.
You made this guy.
Brad and I have
Did you
chatted quite a
announce
bit
who
about
made
yo-yo stuff.
those? I don't think you did, Jake.
Yeah, I said it was Brad,
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. Not a bubble in sight.
Is there a significance to that pelican
so only
there?
right here you can see where it's layered. But anything from the front or even like rotation around, you can't see it.
Is there a significance to that pelican, or was it just a trash grade? And
Just trash grade, and it looks good with that.
no, it looks fantastic. How
Has
many
he
of
used
those?
up all the trash grades?
No, I mean he's got hundreds.
So I
He's
need to
got
get a couple
hundreds.
trash grades from you because I wanna make a wood cap and see how it does in a yo-yo. But I don't know if I'm gonna need to like pry it out, and I don't want to jack up one of my nice yo-yos.
Make a wooden cap for the Wraith.
That's so I was looking at the Wraith and it's got this nice little ledge that a cap could just sit right
Like
against. And I'm
snap
like,
right into.
I gotta ask Jake for that inner circle dimension and I'll laser cut a cool wood piece and just pop it in there,
I
see what
see it
happens.
wobbling. Am I crazy?
What?
I see it like, okay, this guy
Yeah, it's
walked up
gonna
to me.
vibe.
Yeah, this guy walked up to me at UIYC and he said, "This is the first yo-yo I designed," and he handed it to me. It was had to be 2 or 3 millimeters wider than I would say the council, but it had caps on it, and I threw that thing down. Oh Lord, have mercy! It wobbled like one of them big old girls at the strip clubs, and I just kind of went okay, and I just handed it back to him.
I never experienced that. Can you elaborate?
You've never experienced what?
The
Big old girls at
the
the
like
strip club.
comparison you made,
Oh,
yeah.
the first time I went to the strip club was with Sebby Brock, and I looked back and he was teaching some girl a yo-yo trick. True story. And I walked up to him and I said, "You can save her." And we left soon afterwards. Not a place for us. What a shock.
Never been to a strip club.
It's not a great place.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
doesn't fit my vibe.
yeah, I ordered a Dr. Pepper. We did teach that bitch a trick, but that was just, I mean, what are you going to
Matt's
do?
on his way to getting the YouTube channel demonetized
Jiminy
out here.
Christmas.
Oh, my bad, y'all. I thought we were free balling.
You are free balling.
I sure am. That's
I'm
what I'm
always
saying.
Stand
free
up.
balling.
No, I can't stand up.
No, listen, so if I made it, that's why I was going to ask for some trash grades because I know the caps are going to make it wobble. So it would just kind of be like a novelty display thing that I mess around with. But
Definitely
I
gonna
can probably
wobble.
rustle something up.
The, I don't really put the yo-yos together as trash grades. They're just parts.
Yeah, so I need two halves of the same model.
We need you to dig in that trash can.
I don't care what it is, dude.
All right.
I actually do have a trash grade up here. It's my prized possession.
You
Walk the
have a
Dog,
real
episode 27.
wait. You have a legit trash grade?
Oh, Jake, do I have a legit trash grade? Am I allowed to say that I have a trash grade?
I don't know what past Jake has done.
I have a trash grade case file 3.
Interesting. Would love to play that to see what it
No.
feels like.
It's trash graded,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because something got messed up in that first run you did of those.
Isn't the rim like cut short or something? Yeah, those just vibe, but let me see the gap. Yeah, see how that step was too big on that first run of Protos, so it kind of sucks. I hate it when people when there's that big step. Um,
Amen.
but no, some of those vibed and were just trash. I forget how much it vibed though.
It's got
But
a decent
actually, I might
amount.
not even have sold those Protos because I didn't like them.
Yeah,
So,
so this was when I came to do the OCs
uh-huh.
was when you had like just gotten these in and decided that they were trash grades.
Okay.
And you were like, yeah, you can't ever let anybody play this or move it on. But if you want it, you can have it.
Yeah, can't play it. It's not a true G2
So I
experience.
play it, but I don't. It's it's just a kind of like a display piece. Cool part of
Amen.
G2
Put the
history.
cap in there.
So I forgot that I had this, but I probably will. Watch it fix the vibe. The
I,
wobble that it adds will cancel out like
I
what it initially had.
Yeah, I
I
mean
got
for those I just didn't like the step in the gap and it doesn't play like I like it to. So even if they were smooth, I wouldn't have sold them.
So did this inspire the Luna?
mm.
Not necessarily, but part of it was kind of used, yeah. Part of that design, yeah.
Because I have
The
what is that
original, yeah, the
V1 of the
V1.
Luna,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got a
Very
little bit of
similar.
a similar vibe.
Phil, we need to talk about having you on more, bro. What I mean by more, I mean like weekly.
You know where to find me, dog.
All right.
That's a wrap. Episode 27. Herdsman on three.
Trash
One,
grades
two,
on
three.
3.
Trash grades on
Herdsman.
three. One, two, three. Trash
Trash
grade.
grades.
Hey,
All
every
of them are
mongoose is a
herdsmen.
trash grade.
All of them are herdies.
We got to do that again. Phil didn't even participate. Trash grade on
This is a
three.
trash grade. One, two,
One, two,
three.
three. Trash
Trash
grade.
Trash
grade.
grade.
Love y'all.